All right, let's go to quarterbacks here as we look at Matthew's top 10 for love-hate. And Joe Burrow against the Cardinals, an obvious love here. He's in the top 5. He's averaging 38 pass attempts per game since returning in Week 13. Thank you to the Bengals defense, Matthew.
Yeah, by the way, and then you mentioned this, then you think about the matchup against Arizona. Since Week 11, they allow over 19 fantasy points per game to quarterbacks. They're allowing touchdowns at the highest rate in the NFL. So Burrow's out there, and he's going to be thrown to Jamar Chase. Proud Fantasy Life investor Joe Burrow should have a huge game here. I have him as my QB4 this week, and you see it right there on your screen. Tough game against the Ravens, but otherwise, since he's returned, he has been Joe Cool.
Your man, Brock Purdy, Jay. He's got the Bears, ranked second in touchdown rate and third in touchdown passes since he's been back in Week 11. The Niners' offense is absolutely humming.
Yeah, I think you can make a case that this is, with everyone healthy, if Kittle's fully healthy, that this is back to like best offense in football, 2023 Super Bowl Niners level. They're just completely loaded. But this is the best O-line that Purdy has played behind. He's fully healthy. The fact that Pearsall is going to come back into this group as well. Purdy, by EPA per play, I know Shanahan, offenses, EPA and everything, Purdy's the number 1 quarterback in the NFL on a per-play basis in terms of his efficiency per play. So, yeah, against the Chicago defense that is not particularly imposing, I think Purdy should do, again, whatever he wants.
Is Purdy the most impressive quarterback in terms of what he was like as a college prospect to what he is now in terms of the growth? I mean, there's a lot. Like what Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys that weren't first-round picks that are legit starters in the NFL, but like.
And even Dak, I think he goes in the 2nd round if he doesn't get a DUI like the month of the draft.
Right.
So that's even one where Dak has been way better than anyone could have expected, but there's also like, there was that moment that kind of hurt him a little bit.
Yeah.
Purdy, I mean, he was an afterthought in the 7th round. He's
literally the last pick.
He's completely changed I think he was a 4-year starter. Yeah. So like he had a huge sample size of what he was, and no one was like, wow, Brock Purdy, sign me up. So yeah, I would him or just how raw Josh Allen was, and now he's
that's true.
An absolute superstar.
How do you think
Josh Allen?
Those are the two.
That's a great example.
And he was a first-round pick.
But he was a first-round pick. But Josh Allen, you knew was going to like had this massive arm and super athletic, but like
so inaccurate.
At Wyoming, like incredibly inaccurate and just like
turnover prone.
Yes.
He doesn't do either of those. He's accurate and doesn't turn the ball over as much.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Obviously, Purdy benefits a lot from the system and his weapons, but how do you think he would look if he was in Carolina?
He'd still be a good player. That's what people get wrong. He might not be this, highest EPA per play quarterback level player, but he's aggressive. Yep. He's athletic. He's clearly a pretty smart quarterback. He's better than, once again, he often gets credit for.
I think the two things with Purdy that people don't give him credit for is one, just his processing speed, which Shanahan always talks about as like fit. Outlier, incredible. And then also the one thing with quarterbacks that separates the great ones from the not great ones is when you can feel pressure without seeing it.
Right.
And Purdy can feel pressure without seeing it, and then he has the speed to take off. His legs got the Niners to the Super Bowl in that NFC title game against the Lions. He won that game with his legs. So, yeah, I think Purdy is always going to be controversial, lightning rod, but, yeah, I think this is one of the 10 best quarterbacks in football.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, it's really an incredible story. Unbelievable there as well. And yes, to your point, he's not Lamar Jackson, he's not Josh Allen, but he is sneaky fast, faster than he gets credit for.
Yeah,
for sure.
And he knows when to run.
That's the key.
Yeah,
you're right. Some others receiving votes. Trevor Lawrence has been playing the best football of his career the last 3 weeks, and Tyler Shuck is giving the Saints no doubt that they don't need a quarterback in the next draft, that they got their guy in the top 50 of the last draft. And you love the matchup against Tennessee, Matthew. 7
of the last 9 quarterbacks to face the Titans have thrown for at least 2 touchdowns. Tyler Shuck has actually been a top 10 fantasy quarterback over the last month. And then Trevor Lawrence, we talked about that Colts game quite a bit, high over-under since week 5. Since week 5. Trevor Lawrence is the 2nd best quarterback in fantasy on a points-per-game basis. Worth noting that since week 12, the Colts are the bottom 2 pass defense. They've given up over 260 passing yards a game.
Sounding to me.
Yeah.
It's tough scene.
Are you still a Colts man?
Yeah, I'm still a Colts man.
Holding on to
I still like the Colts. Financially now, that's all gone. That's all gone. All the money is gone. But I still do have a soft spot for the Colts. I like Jonathan Taylor and Shane Steichen.
Sure.
Yeah. No first-round pick the next 2 years.
It's all right. Well, yeah, it's all right. I think Daniel Jones, if he's, coming off the Achilles, if he's 80% of himself, roll it back. This is the greatest offense ever for 9 weeks.
I'm excited for this. I'll tell you that.
It's tough. It's tough out there.
Oh, boy. All right, let's go to the hate list. But before we do, Trevor, Dart, or Brissett. That is from Cush 2020.
Yeah, okay. I think it's Trevor Lawrence. Look, I think both Jackson Dart and Jacoby Brissett will be better than they were last week. Nowhere to go but up, honestly, especially for Dart. So I think all three will be good this week, but I just don't know how you bench Trevor Lawrence. He's just been so red hot, and you love this matchup.
Yep. Justin Herbert headlines the hate list. He's got Houston, and like Jay said, the Chargers are a 1.5 favorite in this game, but this is not going to be easy sledding for Herbert simply because of the pass rush in this, Jay.
Yeah, the Chargers' offensive line, there's just nothing left to hold on to there. Now, they've been a little bit better the past couple weeks. I think that's more about the opponents that they've played, though. This is the worst possible matchup you can imagine. And Herbert, I think that the upside case for his fantasy value is that he's going to be running for his life the entire game, and he may run past the line of scrimmage quite a few times. But this Houston defense last week was a bit of a hiccup, but you can kind of forgive that given that they may have been looking ahead a little bit and they've been playing so well for so long. But yeah, Justin Herbert, this could be one of those games where it's like 137 passing yards and a pick and sacked 9 times.
Yeah, I mean, this could get really ugly. Just to put some numbers to exactly what you're saying here, Chargers allow pressure at the 3rd highest rate. That is not good. The Texans are top 5 in QB pressures. So you've got a team that's really good at getting to the quarterback against a team that's really bad about protecting the quarterback. And so I agree with you. It's a low over-under in this game as well. 39.5 just feels like this is a game to avoid, especially on the Chargers side of the ball, if you can.
Yeah, I think what this line reflects is still a bit of skepticism about the Texans' offense, more so than optimism in the Chargers' offense.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.